Leadership. It's something that's been written and talked about hundreds of times over. Thousands of books have been published telling us what makes a great leader, how great leaders should act, and how to transform yourself into a top leader. There are books and articles on different types of leadership, how leadership varies across industries, how different age groups lead differently, and so on and so forth. Because everyone has it in them, right? Or do they? In an effort to decipher a clear meaning on leadership, I set out in hopes of finding either a common ground on what in fact makes a great leader, or proving that people can lead in different ways while still being successful. I believe a key to becoming a great leader that everyone talks about in their books is having experience with it. Warren Bennis said the most dangerous leadership myth is that leaders are born, that there is a genetic factor to leadership. That's nonsense. In fact, the opposite is true. Leaders are made rather than born. So for my project, I wanted to see how these leaders were made and how they developed into a successful leader. The insight gained from these one-on-one discussions was much more rewarding than flipping another page in yet another leadership book that I don't have any real connection to. So let's take a closer look at what insight I did gain throughout this project. Each interviewee offered some unique thoughts from their own experiences as leaders. For instance, Michael Kyle said,
I'm just a really firm proponent of working really damn hard and showing up.
Debbie McIntyre goes about her work with the mantra, assume positive intent, which means
people have positive intent, right? And I've used that, but I think it's that thinking that there is, everybody's got the good in them, right? They're trying to do the right thing, and maybe they're going off in the wrong direction, and you just have to steer them back. But deep down, they're trying to do the right thing.
Ann Betts and Alberto Poioni stress the idea that we are always faced with limiting beliefs.
I love your value of excellence. Well, I can notice that. And then you're going to tell me that, yes, but I wish I could do that all the time, but I can't. Why? Because I don't have enough time. You see, that's a limiting belief.
Even with all of this great and sound advice, there was one common theme that ran through each conversation I had with these leaders. Each individual emphasized the necessity of all leaders to be self-aware, to know themselves to the very core, and to be true to themselves. It is more important than ever to really know yourself inside and out, for that integrity, that authenticity, is what is going to inspire and empower those around you. When you are completely transparent with the type of person and leader you are, others are going to want to follow your lead. Jack Welch said, before you are a leader, success is all about growing yourself. When you become a leader, success is all about growing others. It is true that you can only grow others by first growing yourself. However, successful leaders don't rest on their laurels, because leadership is not a title on a business card. Leadership is a living process, and life means growth. Alberto states it simply.
Once you get to that point, then you get to be who you are.
Right.
You can be a tough leader, you can be a sensitive leader, you can be an introverted leader, you can be an extrovert, whatever you are, because we're all different. And once you get to that point, then you get to be who you really are. And you're going to be good at it.
Yeah.
No matter who you are, how you are, what is your, fingerprint.
We lead from our values, and values present what is authentic in us. So from one aspiring leader to another, go out there and discover what makes you, you. What is your magic? When are you at your best? Because once you know yourself, leadership doesn't seem so complicated. Leadership becomes easy.